Tonight we continue our discussion on the much-debated consolidation issue. Last night, State Representative Alan Peake talked about why he believes the move will be best for our area. I'm joined now by Bibb Commissioner Lonzy Edwards, who opposes merging the two governments, and he's here to tell us why. Commissioner Edwards, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, you've said before that consolidating Macon and Bibb County would cause chaos in the community. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. When you look at the disruption of services, there's a mandated 20% cut in the cost of government. I simply believe that that's just not sustainable. When you look at what it's going to require in terms of cutting jobs, I don't think anybody will be spared. I think you could be talking about public safety employees as well as general employees. Crime is already a problem. It's going to be even worse if you have fewer people to combat it.
So you're saying that basically the 20% reduction in spending is unrealistic?
It's unrealistic. It simply can't be done. In my judgment, we tried diligently at the county to try to cut every bit of fat we could cut. I fought every property tax increase that's been proposed because I believe that we could do better than we've done. I've looked at the budget. I've tried to be conscientious in that matter, and I just don't believe it can be done. When you look at 20%, you're either talking about a drastic reduction in personnel, services, or an increase in taxes. Probably you're talking about all of the above. And I think that is going to have a very anti-competitive effect on our government relative to surrounding counties. And
meanwhile, proponents of consolidation say, there won't be any job losses. But are you basically saying that that's impossible?
Well, I think that they're sadly mistaken. When you look at a 20% cut and what that would mean, you're talking, roughly $25–30 million from the combined budgets. That kind of fat is simply not available. And as I said earlier, the only alternative is to get it out of personnel, which is usually your biggest single item in any budget, whether a business out there, regular business, or government. They're sadly mistaken if they think that that kind of fat is in the budget. It's not.
Now, another big debate is that the bill is or is not tax neutral. Now, many opponents say that they don't want the bill because their property taxes will go up. What do you say about that?
I say it is a tax increase waiting to happen. At two levels, franchise fees will go up at least 2% on people who live in unincorporated areas. In fact, I believe they acknowledge, proponents acknowledge that you're talking roughly about $6 million that would be generated from franchise fees.
So it'll discourage businesses from coming into our area?
I think that will have the effect of discouraging businesses. I think it will also expedite and cause people to want to leave our community even faster. There's been at least one credible estimate that you could be talking about as much as a $4.5 million tax increase countywide in order to make up these differences that would be brought on by what proponents are suggesting. That would be huge. If people had about a third, if they just imagine their tax bill increasing by a third over what they're paying right now, that's the kind of magnitude that we're talking about. We're already hemorrhaging people. We've been hemorrhaging people for a long time to Houston County, to Jones County, to Monroe County. There will be just a huge exodus, in my judgment, of people and jobs. Not only public safety jobs, but you're talking about private sector jobs as well.
All right, Mr. Edwards, thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. This is a huge issue.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, you can cast your vote on consolidation now through Friday or next Tuesday, July 31st.